Hi everybody, how's it going? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. I'm seeing owls. Like, I was seeing the image of an owl, something about the color white, like maybe a white owl. It seemed tiny, whatever this was. I know that owls are also very like mystical. I feel like they carry a lot of spiritual energy. Okay, we're starting off with Six of Swords here, and we also have Hermit. Six of Swords is a feeling of relief. You can feel like something that you had been going through that was difficult, you can finally like move forward now. This is definitely going to be like a weight off of your shoulders. Whatever it was that you were going through where you could have felt like something was pulling you back or like not allowing you to really move in the way that you wanted to, this is like that being lifted, like you being liberated from that. So I'm seeing you moving forward, and I'm seeing you feel like ready really to move forward here. And having Hermit feels like taking the time to sort of reconnect with yourself in that moment. It's like when you're kicking off of the land and like going into the water during this time of transition, like transitioning out of where you were before, like taking that moment to be like, okay, we're moving forward now. So you're not in that space anymore, and it feels like a present recognition of that. And this may be something that you feel like just noticing to yourself right now to have Hermit be here. And there could also be like things that you're thinking about. This feels more like a moment of presence than it does for anything, but maybe there are also questions about what's going to be coming up as well. I feel a sense of review more than anything though. Hermit is kind of feeling like a moment of silence for this, maybe for what you just went through. I'm definitely getting an energized feeling moving forward. Okay, so we're recognizing that that last cycle is closing out, that you are moving forward now. You could feel like you're in a little bit of an in-between, but you know that you're done with whatever that was that you were dealing with. Hermit is going to be the recognition of that, and also could be questions about like where you're going. So we have Six of Swords here, which is like kicking off the land over here. So you're going somewhere else now. Six of Swords is also a relief. It means things are settling down. It's not going to be as chaotic. That if you were like, man, when am I going to get a break? Like this is that time that this is going to be happening. Or when is this going to be done? When am I going to be through this? Like this is that time. So this is a sign of relief. Like finally getting through something. So it's not just like something stopping. It's like you actually processed through. Now, having Hermit here is feeling like taking a minute to reflect on where you are. Like I had finished what was going on like over here, and now I'm in this space of transition. It can feel like a liminal space, this like space in between. And Hermit is facing this way, which is like what you had just been coming from. And so it's feeling like maybe putting pieces together, because Hermit is about like analysis and assessment. So this is like, oh, I'm seeing that that was connected with that, and I needed to go through because of that, or I noticed that that theme kept coming up for me, and it's all going to be connected to with where you're going as well. And that's where I'm seeing us have the Fool. So you are going from here to here. I'm seeing this as being more of a mental state than anything, of a recognition. This is reminding me, the way that this Fool card is coming up, it's reminding me of a tin of tea. I think it's a blue lotus tea. Am I making that up? It says the word lotus on it. It may be, the brand could be called Blue Lotus. That's what this is reminding me of, this pattern over here. So I'm seeing you move To have the Fool over here, this feels like you're kicking off and you're going to be stepping onto this new land over here. So doing this quick review and also checking in with where you are now feels like it's going to be very valuable. And then you're going to be able to sort of be received by the Fool over here. So having the Fool is also like, don't spend so much time reflecting on this that you're not looking where you're going. So this feels like, see how Hermit over here is like, about all these things that you're thinking about, that you're figuring out, like with your eyebrows scrunched, you know, doing that whole thing. Like, see how serious Hermit looks, trying to look for these answers. The Fool is like, don't get so caught up in your head. You're gonna need to be present over here. So this may be about like bringing yourself back into like your body, or bringing yourself back into the present moment, or like what's going on around you, like those types of things. All two, while it feels like assessing as well, I'm seeing the World here. So this is about like, what was Saturn teaching you as you went through whatever it was that you were going through? What did you learn? How is that going to apply to where you're going now? Those types of things. I'm definitely seeing this be a completion. So you can feel like whatever this was that you were going through, that you graduated. Ten of Cups and Three of Cups. I'm seeing this is going to be a really happy thing, if it's not already. This is a time of joy. It's a time of celebration. It's a time of levity. Can be like a lot of stuff that feels very exciting. I'm actually even seeing this be like a continuation. See how this person's dress, it almost is like connected with that. It just feels like a whole big scene. Ten of Cups is feeling like you've achieved something internally that holds meaning to you. So like regardless of what's going on externally, well, I guess it's all connected anyway, but this is more so gonna feel like a win internally for you. Even though there can also be an external win as well, having the World here, because that's like the materialization of things, having Saturn here. So having this card over here, it's like, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling happy, you can feel a sense of relief. I'm hearing adornment. I don't know what's being adorned, but that word is coming through. And this is feeling too, like specifically, there may be something to celebrate. Like whatever this is, that there's an achievement. It feels like this is not just like a one-time thing or a one moment thing. It feels like this is something that's going to be like carried out. It doesn't feel like, what's the best way to, this feels like it's something very heavy as far as like the gravity of it. Heavy in a way where this is meaningful, not heavy in a way where it feels dreary or draining. I mean more so in a way where it's like this is in like intense moment of like intense joy, or like very concentrated joy, something like that. And it feels like it's not just for you. Other people may be involved in this. Because you see how like there are people up here, so this can be like you being the main character, but like over here there are other people that are also a part of this too. So it feels like this is like a happy thing for everybody. Definitely for you, and also for other people too. So it feels like this is more of a, like a group thing, is what this is feeling like. Like something bigger than just you. So you could feel even like there's like an ambiance of celebration. This Ten of Cups is also feeling like sort of looking at what's in front of you and feeling very pleased with that too. but there being different energies involved. Like these can be energies that are more like presently aware of maybe a bigger picture type of thing. These can be other energies that are connected with it that are just feeling happy because like it's the vibe, but they may not know specifically why. It's like that type of thing. So it's like overall, like some people are realizing particularly why, maybe other people aren't specifically aware of it, but it's like a happy time for everybody is what this is feeling like. Genuinely. Okay. What's weighing on this? I'm seeing 10 of Wands, which is something that can feel pressing. From an individual standpoint, having 10 of Wands and having 5 of Swords be connected with this is feeling like this is a really happy time, really meaningful, like on a soul level, this being really important. Having 10 of Wands and having 5 of Swords be there can be connected with like in some ways this not being good enough, or there being like more that needs to be done. It can be like that part of you that may have a hard time like genuinely fully totally like feeling the happiness or feeling the celebration of this. Having 10 of Wands here is like the culmination of everything. So this can also be like the weight of everything that this took. And everything starting to pile up as well, it can feel. But I feel like this... So the way that this is going, it's like there's a really big happiness that's associated with you completing something that's really important here. Now, where it starts feeling like now I'm getting overwhelmed is when one is checking out of the happiness of this and checking into, oh, this means that I'm stepping into a new chapter and there's so much to do. Like, it reminds me of like going to school on the first day and you hear the whole syllabus and you're like, how am I going to get all of that done? But it's like going to happen all throughout the year, but it can feel very stressful in that moment because it's like you're going to have to do this and write a 20,000 page essay, you know, like all of those things that it can be like feeling in a way unprimed for this. However, you have been primed for this because everything has been leading up to this point. But I'm seeing about like in the very center of this, you have the Fool and you have the 10 of Wands, and it feels like this new territory that you're stepping into that feels unknown, that feels kind of like, what is this land gonna be like for me? Like, what's gonna be happening? And 10 of Wands is like already so much that's gonna have to be done. So it feels like that could be sort of like, it feels like these two energies that are going on simultaneously. There's more to this that I'm gonna get to, but I just wanna say, like, there can be this feeling of like true, genuine happiness about something in a very, very deep way, and this feels like something very big. Then it feels like it's kind of getting bumped into a little bit by the 10 of Wands, which is then feeling pressure about what's to come, pressure about what you're gonna need to do, pressure about responsibilities and energy. It's like all of these things that are then sort of cramping this a little bit. And then also having 5 of Swords on top of that can be like feelings of like insecurity, like what if I'm not going to be able to get this done, like what if I'm not going to be able to handle it. It feels like that type of stuff, because this is you being in a space where you're like, what if it's going to be too much for me to do, like all of this was so hard to even get here. But I'm seeing this be especially associated with like where you are just now stepping into and what's going to be happening. And this is like that part of you that I feel like is sort of judging the way that you're handling this. That's associated with the Fool. So this is associated with something where you're stepping into a chapter where like this is unfamiliar. Maybe you've never done something like this before, or you feel like a little bit of a fish out of water maybe. with whatever this is. Like, it's going to be a time of exploring, of trial and error, like those types of things. But it's also going to be like a really, I'm seeing a ladder here. It's going to be a time of expansion and exploration, especially with your perspective and like mentally, because we have Uranus here. So this is like thinking outside of the box and like growing in that way. But maybe because of like the lack of this, and this, it can feel like a bit much. Like the ambiguity is what I'm meaning. But I'm also seeing Queen of Swords be on top of this, Five of Swords, so it feels like you looking at this and breaking that down and being like, that's where that stress is coming from. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that this is coming from a part within me where like my ego is feeling triggered because I have expectations of myself and how I want to be showing up. And part of me is questioning, like, am I going to be able to do it? And there's no answer of like whether you're going to be able to, like, and I don't even know if you want to like potentially grade it in that way for yourself. This is going to be a time where you're seeing how things go and you're seeing how you like things or how you don't like things, or what you prefer and what you learn and all of that. But it feels like so much is going on and so much is maybe new or unknown about this that you can't know whether you're going to like fly or fail. Like you can't say at this point. But I'm definitely getting like a little bit of sense of weariness that you may be feeling like, yeah, it's like smiling on the outside, but internally being like, should I really be happy right now? Should I really be smiling right now? Like, should this really be a time of celebration? Because what if this next part doesn't go well? It feels like that, like a vigilance is what I'm getting off of this. And it specifically has to do with like, how am I going to handle the pressure is what this feels like, or like the responsibility or everything that I have to do. Like, am I going to have enough sort of like energy and will for this? That's what it's associated with. Some of you, this is about, you could have been waiting for news or information or something that you needed. I'm seeing that that's going to be coming in promptly. And it feels like it's going to help you sort of turn around here. I want to clarify this really quick. I feel like you're learning how to work with yourself from a mental standpoint. Especially when it comes to what you latch onto and what you don't latch onto mentally. Narratives, thoughts, perspectives. So maybe this is even just about you gaining clarity for that part of yourself, like wisdom and clarity for this part of yourself, where you could be really happy about something, but then there could be this like underlying feeling of, I feel like something's wrong, or I need to be worried about something, or now I'm feeling anxiety about what's going to be coming up. And I feel like there's like more and more of a sense of clarity and understanding for this part of yourself. And having Queen of Swords be above Five of Swords is you being able to like discern this and see where it's coming from. So it's not just this, like ambiguous energy that feels like it's weighing on you. This is about seeing directly where this is coming from and just seeing it for what it is, because it feels like more of needing to recognize this and also recognize its place. within this process for you, and not let it sort of like umbrella out over everything. Because you're understanding what this is and where it's coming from and why it's popping up. There's going to be something that comes through. It can be synchronicity. It can be a direct message that comes through. It can be a sign. It can be like somebody specifically reaching out for you. It can be news that you get. Whatever this is, I'm seeing something coming in your direction, and it feels like it's just going to sort of confirm your feelings and thoughts for you about this process, but in a way where this is feeling like a good news type of thing. Yeah. I'm definitely seeing this be something that you'll be happy about receiving. Having the World and having Knight of Swords here, it could like take a minute though, but when it comes through, it's going to be really clear. So as you're moving forward, I'm seeing this is going to be basically like meeting you. See, like you're moving in this direction and this was like coming your way anyway. So I'm seeing that there's going to be clarity that's connected with where it is that you're going, like information that you're going to receive, confirmation, like things like that. Because I'm seeing you like doing your thing and moving anyway. So this is going to, it's like coming to meet you, these energies. And I'm seeing that there's going to be, some of you may be feeling this now. Some of you may be waiting on whatever this is to like allow yourself to feel this. But I'm seeing that it's going to be something where having 10 of Cups and having the World can be a relief. It can be a joy, celebration, you feeling like truly satisfied and happy with the process and the outcome of something. And also I think when you get this confirmation, like whatever this is that you're waiting for, this is definitely going to be something that like is good. You're going to see this as being like objectively good to receive. And I think also then it's going to allow you to relax and be like, look at what I did in an unknown situation where I was just figuring things out. And I think that's going to like lend itself to you having more confidence in this next chapter, where I think you're going to be doing a similar thing and be like, well, I didn't know what I was doing then, and I still like was able to make it through during like a really stressful time, during a time that like took so much energy and effort. And now that you're stepping into a new cycle that's sort of going to like parallel that theme, is what it's seeming like. You're going to be able to like look back and be like, well, if I could do that, why can't I do this too? It's going to be like that type of thing. And I'm seeing the Star on the bottom of the deck, so this is definitely going to feel in the right place for you, like you feeling like this is where I'm supposed to be and resting within that. And having the Star can also be like this is a dream of mine, or this is what I've been reaching for, like those types of things. This is something that gives me hope, like that. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.